Hello, everybody. Welcome to the final part of the Splatoon 2 commentary. And this part, we're not going straight to the final boss because I've got an Octoling level to beat first. So,
Yeah, that'll be done relative ease.
so we got to do like 4 minutes of padding. Also, somebody unplugged like Judd's coffin thing.
Cryogenics chamber,
I
and
don't-
then they just plugged it back in.
Like Judd's backstory is purposefully bizarre and obscure. I think they just make up shit as they go along. So, yeah, and I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, I don't need to know the backstory of the cat that judges the turf war. It's just one of those things where I find it funny how they do that. And again, like for the last level in the game, like Muscle Forge Fitness, okay, that's bizarre. All right, whatever. I think I cut out me upgrading my gun to max. I don't really remember, but max strength.
No, we already saw that earlier.
Oh, okay. Good to know. I'm glad I didn't cut something by mistake. But max strength splatter shot is ridiculous. And it looks like I'm not. Oh wait, no, I'm going to get that armor because I'm stubborn. Good to know. Yeah. Okay, there we are. But anyway, yeah, like that fire rate is absolutely insane. I think that's faster than the arrow spray. So
It looks faster
yeah,
than the
and
arrow
it's
spray.
certainly more accurate. So, like, I mean, granted, I love having a weapon this overpowered as a reward for upgrading it to max. It's just a matter of I wish that the first mode wasn't like slower than something
Spitting.
Than a
really
blaster.
slow that isn't fast and also is redundantly redundant. Yeah. I should mention that I don't dislike Muscle Forge Fitness as a multiplayer stage. It's just bizarre to pick this for the last level of the game. Like, all right, like I don't know what.
What is it? What is it?
I don't
about?
know. It's just like okay, it's the gym level. All right, cool, but like that's not really leading up to anything. Like it's not like particularly epic in scope. It's not. It's just.
They just want to make sure they just want to make sure that you have the time to buff yourself up before the final boss.
I do love that the caption for this is work those muscles, MUSSELS. But like if I had to pick an option for the most vanilla stage in the game, it probably would be Muscle Forge Fitness. And again, not that it's bad; it's a perfectly fine stage for multiplayer. But like aesthetically and everything else, it's just so weird to pick for the final stage. Like I know that if they're sticking with reusing stages from the multiplayer, again, I would have rather they made a new layout personally. But if they had to reuse a stage from the multiplayer, like God, I'm trying to think of something that would have been better for the last stage. I'm honestly drawing a blank personally.
Nope, you
Nope.
got nothing.
Nope. This is actually the first time I've seen what happens when you don't shoot anything with the ton of missiles and you just kind of drop them. Just like, oh, okay.
Oh, what am I gonna do with this tactical nuke now?
Aw, man. Like, I had to get like a 30 kill combo to get that.
I already turned it on.
Well, you know, like, I guess I could nuke something.
Well, now if you got a 30 kill combo to get the tactical nuke in the first place, you just end the match, Sean.
But there's no one here left to see it happen.
But does the tactical
But
nuke
then
automatically
you've already won.
win the match?
Yeah, the tactical nuke automatically ends the match. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is the like, wouldn't you also nuke all of your teammates though, if you got that thing?
It ends the match.
Okay. Okay, come on, get. I want to.
Although at the point, if you manage to get a, I think the idea is that if you somehow manage to get a 30 kill streak, you probably are going to win anyway.
Yeah, you won the game already, so let's not drag it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Nuke everything.
Yeah. Okay. You know, fuck those other guys who wanted to play the match. You know, whatever. They suck.
They're a lost cause.
At that point, you don't want to be on a team or a match where you're clearly just going to lose at that point.
Well, I'm thinking about the people that are already on your team. Like, that are on your team, for instance. Like, what if they wanted to play too, you know? Like, maybe you're not doing 30 kill combo good, but, like, you've gotten a decent amount done, and you want to keep on playing. It's like, nope, tactical... Like, that actually sometimes happens in Splatoon 2 matches. Well, Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 1 matches, where it's just like, okay, it's great to be the one to say put the Rainmaker into the pedestal early for a KO. But if you're playing support, then sometimes those matches end before they've even started, and it's I mean, granted, I'm glad to win and get my rank go up, but it's a little bit underwhelming. Like it's like, oh, I didn't really even need to be here, and I won anyway. Okay, which happens to me a lot because I'm not very good at video games, but you know, whatever. I don't mind being carried. John, carry me.
Get Nathan to carry you. He can carry John.
No, Nathan tried to.
Damn
well,
right.
Nathan, I think, did actually carry me. But I think it was when Nathan tried to carry John that he collapsed. Was it? I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
No, he was able to carry me. It was when I tried to carry you that I dropped you.
You saying I'm fat?
No, I'm saying that you're heavy.
Oh, okay. Those aren't the same.
It's all that fucking hair.
Oh. Oh, man. That half a pound of hair totally makes all the difference.
That.
It's the straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh, yeah. Also, Baby Judd is a thing now. Mini Judd, Little Judd, or whatever. It's like a clone or something. Actually, one of my favorite lines of news dialogue is that where do you I think Pearl asks Marina where she thinks that Little Judd came from, and her headcanon is that it's a time-traveling Judd from the past. Okay.
And you made it.
Yeah, up. But now I gotta wait for the other moving platform.
The blue ones are actually the ones that go reasonably quick.
Yeah, but still, like, I would have rather... Like, why do we need a platform in the first place, you know?
True.
Now, this is me just making sure that I got everything. Because otherwise I can't call
You
it a
did.
100% playthrough. So, okay, that's good.
But what about 1,000%?
Do you guys want another? Okay, so hold on. This was a 14-part playthrough. Let's chop off, like, 4 parts because I wouldn't be going for anything anymore. And times, like, 9 extra weapons. Do you want, like,
So 90 parts?
Yeah, do you...
That's close to 100
Yeah,
parts.
do you want 100-part Splatoon 2 commentary? Because I don't.
I don't know. Mass Effect was pretty close.
Okay, so...
Hi, final boss.
Okay, so for the most part, I think that the bosses in this game are better than the original, with the exception of the final boss, which I find to be significantly worse. Like, not any...
I also like how what she makes her pose here is a Michael Jackson pose.
It is? Oh, I never noticed that. Oh, wait, no, that's very... okay, I can see that as Michael Jackson, but I tended to just think more generic anime, like Sentai posing. Whatnot.
Is that a JoJo reference?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a JoJo pose.
No, JoJo posts are more ridiculous than that. Also,
I think a JoJo pose requires you to snap your...
Yes. Also, I love the dialogue when you come fight the boss again.
Anyone throw shades on
Callie, why did you put the mind control shades back on?
They look good
You're
on
just-
me, okay? No one throws shade on my shades and gets away with it. So, this boss fight is immensely disappointing, because it's practically identical to the first game's final boss, except instead of having a level to play through, you're just in a standard circular arena. Which is really, really lame.
With a grinding section at the end.
Yeah, well, the ink rail section I thought was cool, and like the Rainmaker stuff, like that was fun. It's just the first game's...
That was fine as a final hit sort of thing, but leading up to it, it's very bland.
Yeah, it's the same boss. Like, there's like he has different projectiles because he does the bomb rush, which I suppose is neat, but it's not as hard to counter as the...
It's easy to avoid because you're just in a big circular arena.
Yeah, like, this is way, way easier than the first game's final boss. The first game's final boss was not only, like, absolutely ridiculous and hilarious, but also pretty tough. And it took a lot of effort to get him, whereas this is pathetically easy. Like, I honestly find this to be one of the easier bosses in the game. Like, certainly easier than the Octo Sniper. Or the Octo Shower, or whatever the one. DJ Stage 4's boss. I find this much easier than that. And it's just, this is where I feel like they didn't have time. Like, it's like, okay, we don't have time to make a new final boss, so we're just going to take basically the same boss back and do it again, you know?
And just stick Callie on top.
Yeah, like, I don't think there's any part of this boss fight that we have not seen before. In some way, shape, or form. Because, like, the bomb rush, okay... Like, that's just the same as the multiplayer. Like, he's got a move where he'll do a shower, where he'll make a shower and then spread that over the stage, but that was in the last boss. And then he's got the fists, which function nearly identically to the way that they do in the first game. Which
And he doesn't get any smarter as the boss goes on. He just keeps doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, it doesn't really... He's got this attack, I should state.
Takoyaki.
Yeah, which is very easy to avoid and doesn't really get in the way, so it's kind of just a waste of time, really. Like, there's no really progression of difficulty. Yeah, you're right. Like I think he adds more attacks to his repertoire, and it'll take a little bit more time for him to do this fists that you can hit back to him. But it's not like the attacks are any more difficult to avoid, you know? It doesn't feel like it's any harder. It's more of that waiting game problem we were talking about earlier, where it's just like, okay, I gotta wait for him to do the attack that I can counterattack. A lot of the kinetic energy that made the first game's final boss so fun is missing here. It's much more stationary.
That's a mention you were, yeah, because you're also moving along the stage while fighting him.
Yeah, like that's part of what made that stage so cool. Was like you were pushing him back throughout the stage to the point where you could corner him. Maybe if they played up the Callie versus Marie stuff a little bit more, then it might have been a little bit more interesting. Like, I don't know, like maybe you have to manipulate the boss to go to specific areas so that Callie can get a clear shot. Maybe that could have worked. I'm not sure. But it's just... like, granted, I'm not saying that I have a problem with DJ Octavio being the final boss. Like, I don't really care about that. But I would have, at the very least, liked him to have a different mech instead of the same mech that he had last time. You know? Although, thinking about it, I suppose he could be an ARMS character with the way he fights.
Maybe.
DLC.
See, even less reason to own arms. You have arms right here.
He's right. Another disappointing aspect about it is the music, I feel. Like, I don't... Like, the...
Well, I like the Final Rush music, but this one's kind of meh.
Well, it's just a remix of the first game's final boss theme, is the thing. Like,
yeah, and that theme was good.
That theme was good, but I also would like a new Squid Sisters song. Because they sing... They're almost as bad as Azura from Fire Emblem Fates. Like, they know a couple more songs. They know, like, 3... which is better than Azura knowing exactly one song. And I never want to hear Lost in Thoughts All Alone ever again in my entire life. But, like...
Yeah, it's not like Michael Jackson's future... It's not like Michael Jackson's future albums. It's just a remix of Thriller.
Yeah. You know, like, I think, like, almost half of their songs, if you look at them, are a remix of the same melody. So it's like, okay, guys, you have more skill than this. Good job, Callie. You did all the work. Also, you're going to throw a boombox at her. Oh, wait, no, she just took it out. Never mind. I always think that she's going to throw it for some reason.
What would throwing the boombox at her do?
I don't know. Knock her in the head.
You gotta remember. Ow!
Sailor Moon transformation sequence! I just like to imagine that she spent like 5 minutes in the back trying to change her costume, personally. But whatever. Yeah,
Squid Sisters are back for one song at the end of the game and don't appear in the other part of the game at all.
We don't know what happens to Callie after the end of the game, is the thing. Like, you get different dialogue when you refight the final boss, but she's not like... I would have expected her to be, like, standing in the square, or to be, like, in the hub world or something. She's not there at all. And it's bizarre. I miss... Bring Callie back. Hashtag bring Callie back. This sequence is cool. More of the game needed to be... More of this fight needed to be like this. Like, maybe not necessarily on a circular ink rail, but, like, maybe if the entire boss was on the ink rails and you had the Rainmaker the entire time, that would be cool. Or something. I don't know. But this is the only...
Or like a multi-tiered fight. Kind of like the original, but instead of just the hero shot, you had to switch between different weapons, and the boss was designed around those weapons.
That actually sounds really, really cool. Like, you start off with a hero shot section, you need to switch to a charger section, like a roller section, what have you, and then you end it with
Then you end here.
Yeah, that would be awesome, actually. That's a great idea. Ryan, work for Nintendo. Be my uncle that works at Nintendo.
No, I'm not your uncle that works at Nintendo. I'm your friend's uncle who works at Nintendo.
Oh, yeah, even better. Good idea.
I totally know who's going to be in Smash 5, guys.
Oh, who's going to be in Smash?
I can't tell you because I don't work at Nintendo. It's my friend's uncle who works at Nintendo.
Please say Goku.
Because the assistant accountant at Nintendo of America totally gets the design docs for the next Smash Brothers.
Guys, my friend's uncle's nephew, twice removed, works at Nintendo, and he told me that Smash Brothers 4's earnings have actually been quite a disappointment, all things considered. He doesn't know anything about the game because that's not where he works, but like he does know that the earnings were below expectations. I do like that running gag though with the upside down text. I can imagine that it's a pain in the ass for the text graphic designer to try to implement though, but whatever. Because that would actually take its own coding to make it.
No, it's still scripted. You just rotate the text upside down, 180 degrees.
You would think that, but there's actually been stories about like developers trying to add like alternate text sizes to their games, and then like that messes up the text for the entire game. Like scripted events don't work anymore and things like that. So it could be harder than it looks. Is more the thing that I was trying to say. Mm-hmm. We did it, guys. We saved the world, or sort of.
That's it? There's no ending?
No, this is the ending. See,
Okay.
Look, they've got breaking news. The Great Zapfish is back. Yay. Good job.
What does that do again? Because the area in town seems to be functioning exactly the same whether the Zapfish is there or not.
Yeah, power. I think that they've got like alternate power for the time, but eventually they'll run out. Although eventually they will never run out because you can play the single player without ever having to touch. You can play the multiplayer without ever having to touch the single player indefinitely. So yeah, it really doesn't do much of anything. Yay, Callie is back! Holy carp. Okay, so now everybody gets their waifu back. I'm happy. The superior waifu has returned.
I look forward to the end of Splatoon 2's final Splatfest, where it's Pearl versus Marina, and Marina's team is like 99% to Pearl's one.
Yeah, Marina's going to win in a landslide. Yeah, the Pearl will win. That was a really dedicated person.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, single person.
Single person, but he wins 52% of his matches, and that's all that matters, you know? And now we get to piss on the screen again. Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, but we also get to throw balloons this time, too, so that's cool.
Yeah, but you have to press it. I just like holding ZR and then just going back and forth.
Yeah, I do both, actually. It looks cool when you do both, though, because you've got, like, the alternate things of ink, and that's neat. And I really do love this credits theme. It's pretty. I like it. So yeah, that's Splatoon 2 single player. I should state that I love the multiplayer. I think the multiplayer is just better than the first games, but the single player is a weird mixed bag of stuff that works better and stuff that doesn't. I think after some consideration, I do think that Splatoon 1 overall is a slightly stronger game single player wise. Not that Splatoon 2 is like a terrible game to play, but I feel like it's not as focused, which is a shame because it had everything on paper to just be better, and it didn't quite stick the landing.
I can agree there. It's just a bit more interesting to me than how in 2 to 3 years' time this has become like the franchise Nintendo wanted to push super fucking hard for their new system.
It makes sense, though, because this is probably the most successful a new franchise has been for Nintendo in a long, long time. Like...
Probably since, I think since Smash Brothers on the N64.
Like, yeah, because, like, Pikmin is a success, but not the way, like, Splatoon was, you know? Like Pikmin, like, I'd honestly say is more of a cult hit than anything. Like, or about as cult of a hit as a first-party game from Nintendo can be, I guess is a better way to put that. But, like, and the difference between Splatoon's popularity and Pikmin's popularity is, like, massive. Like, people go nuts about this game. So I think that they wanted to jump on that bandwagon while it was still going. And I'm grateful for that. Hi, Nate Build. Yeah, the same people did the translation. So, yeah. But
Well, more like Nate Bildorf's been appearing in Nintendo credits since we were kids.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's ever worked anywhere else. So
Trapped in the dungeon.
the translation dungeon.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Light in 3 weeks.
Somehow Leslie Swan managed to get out, but
Does she work somewhere else now?
I have no idea.
Because she was in the translation credits for
Translation / localization
for Nintendo games, like all the way through the 2000s, and she hasn't been around as much lately. So, yeah, whatever. She's probably
Anyway, John, your thoughts about the game?
I still have not finished single player at the time of this recording, in case it wasn't really obvious. But again, Splatoon is something I go to for multiplayer.
Yes.
And in that regard, it's pretty much more of the same as what I enjoyed from the Splatoon 1, but now I also have Salmon Run.
Yeah.
Which to me is just like
Salmon Run's the best
honestly,
part of the game.
that's worth the purchase of the game alone, if you ask me.
And I'm hoping that Nintendo Direct today announces that it's going to be a 24-hour mode, finally, because that would make me very, very happy, because that's what it should have been from the beginning, but whatever. But yeah, the single player, again, it's worth a playthrough, I think. Unfortunately, there's less reason to do a playthrough of Splatoon 2's single player for the multiplayer, if that makes sense, because in Splatoon 1, if you wanted to get some of the better weapons in the game, like the arrow spray, for instance, you needed to play single player to get those. You don't really have to do that in Splatoon 2. You just get the hero weapons, which are mostly cosmetic. But yeah, I do think it's worth a playthrough, but it's not quite the same level of addictiveness. And it ends on green and pink for Callie and Marie colors. Let me just get all that green out of there. Okay.
It's right all over your face.
Let me just piss all over the Marie colors. There we go. Yeah.
That doesn't matter, Ted. We still won.
Sorry, but your imaginary wife is shit.
No, she's real. I've got her amiibo right here. It's okay, Callie. It's okay.
Your waifu is shit. Shit.
Oh, it's okay, Callie. No one understands our love.
What do you mean you like Pikmin 2? I fucking hate you, Callie.
It's okay. No one's perfect.